From a man that draws amazingly detailed sketches while snoozing, to another man who killed his own father while he was sleeping, we take a look at 10 of the craziest sleepwalking stories ever. Number 10. The Artistic Nurse. Most of us wish that we could be more talented. One day, unlocking a secret skill that we didn't even know we had. For a man in North Wales, this became a reality when he started waking up to find he had drawn incredible paintings and pictures across his wall, all while asleep. Lee Hadwin states that while awake, he has no interest or ability to draw, yet as soon as he is asleep, he is able to draw amazingly detailed sketches. Major galleries have now started stocking his work due to the bizarre way they are painted, and his art ranges from sketches of Marilyn Monroe to more abstract images of horses. Number 9. 25-foot fall. Rachel Ward got up in the middle of the night, put on a sweater, opened the window, and jumped. And she did it all while being unconscious and fully asleep. She landed feet first on a thin strip of grass near her car, leaving 6-inch divots in the ground before collapsing. She woke up and screamed for her parents, who immediately rushed to her. They did their best not to move her in case she had suffered damage to her spine, but eventually Rachel got up on her own and they all went to the hospital. Doctors were amazed to see that despite falling 25 feet, the girl was safe and sound. Rachel believes that she survived the fall due to her dancing career. Number 8. Girl climbs a 13-story crane. One night in 2005, police were called to a possible suicide attempt in the heart of London. A girl could be seen 130 feet up on top of the counterweight of a crane used on a construction site. All the while, passerbys were shouting at her to get back to safety. When the firefighters climbed to aid the young girl, they found that she was fast asleep, despite being perched higher than anyone would ever dare to climb. Fortunately, emergency services managed to get her back down on the ground without any injury. When reunited with her parents, they said that she was a frequent sleepwalker and wondered what she would climb up next. Number 7. Woman sleepwalks into strangers' beds. A middle-aged woman in Australia, whose name has not been released for confidentiality reasons, had serious issues with sleepwalking. While there isn't too much information on this case, it seems that neither her nor her partner had any idea initially. The woman would get up, sleepwalk out of her house, and engage in sex with total strangers. This took place for several months, and the couple had no idea. Condoms were found around their house, but the reality only completely came to light when her partner woke up one night and realized she wasn't there. After searching for her, he found her having sex with a stranger, completely asleep. Such an act posed a huge threat, not only to the woman, but also to her partner, who might be the most gullible idiot on the planet. Number 6. Woman who cheated on her diet. Everyone would love an excuse to stuff your face a little bit more often, especially with strict diets becoming more and more prevalent. One woman found an extremely novel way of getting around her diet. When Anna Ryan discovered she had put on weight and gone up a few dress sizes, despite not eating any more food, she sought medical help. When doctors found nothing abnormal about her physiology, they decided to conduct a sleep study. During this study, they discovered that she was in fact eating while fast asleep. This bizarre condition actually affects a large number of people and can cause huge weight gain as sufferers literally gorge on as much food as possible without even knowing about it. Number 5. The man who mowed his lawn naked. The dreams where you're stranded somewhere without your clothes on have become a bit of a cliche in popular culture, frequently depicted in movies and TV. Unluckily, this has actually happened to Ian Armstrong. When his wife awoke to a loud noise coming from the garden and her husband missing, she rushed downstairs. Looking out the window, she found him completely naked and mowing the lawn. Thinking that it would be dangerous to wake him, his wife unplugged the lawnmower and let him get on with it. When he awoke in the morning, he had no recollection of what he did and refused to believe his wife once she told him. Number 4. Drove 10 miles and killed his in-law. Perhaps the scariest sleepwalking story of all time is that of Kenneth Parks. The 23-year-old Canadian man drove 10 miles in his car to his family's house, stabbing his mother-in-law and assaulting his father-in-law, who survived the attack. Kenneth, who was known to his family as the Gentle Giant, had been suffering from insomnia and claimed to have no memory of the attack. He drove himself to the police station afterwards and said, "I think I have killed someone. My hands." He was later found not guilty of the murder, as judges agreed he had genuinely been asleep during the attack. Number 3. Molested a child and got absolved. In 2007, Alan Ball went to a New Year's Eve house party, drank heavily, and fell asleep on a sofa. At some point during the night, he got up, went upstairs, and climbed into bed with an underage girl, whom he kissed on the lips. After an entire year in which this lorry-driving father lost his job and was only able to see his 5-year-old daughter during supervised visits, a judge at Preston Crown Court cleared him of sexual assault in 2009, after the 35-year-old claimed he was sleepwalking at the time of the incident and had no memory of the events. Number 2. Sleepwalker who killed his father. In 2005, 32-year-old Manchester man Jules Lowe was acquitted of the brutal murder of his 82-year-old father, Eddie, in 2003, after claiming that he was asleep and had no recollection of the incident. Lowe had a history of sleepwalking, and he'd had quite a few drinkies that night because he was grieving for his stepmother, who had just recently died. Pleading automatism, the legal definition of acting involuntarily, Lowe was found not guilty on the basis of insane automatism and confined indefinitely to a mental institution. Number 1. The sleepwalker who froze to death. In January 2009, Timothy Brugman, a 51-year-old electrician from Wisconsin, sleepwalked out of his home in Hayward wearing only his underwear and a fleece shirt. His body was found the next morning, about 190 yards from his rural home, with temperatures around -16 degrees Fahrenheit. Brugman died of hypothermia. Investigators found a bottle of Ambien in his bedroom. Ambien is the most prescribed sleeping pill in the country and has been linked to hundreds of cases of sleepwalking. I don't know. Have you ever had any issues with sleepwalking? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one every day.